Hi, my dear friends. Hopefully, all of you fine and safe. I am also be fine and safe, my dear friends. Now, I am going to present in front of you just by taking your valuable time of 30 minutes the tax deducted at source as referred under section 51 of the CGST Act 2017. Before commencing, my dear friends, I would like to bring to your notice a very important announcement from our Unacademy is as follows. CA Iconic Program, a flagship program for CA final aspirants. Under this, live mentoring platform LMP, one-to-one doubt solving sessions are available. Evaluated test series are there. Printed books are provided by Unacademy in Iconic program from Unacademy top educators as well as Assurance Academy educators. Discord, community building platform. Here, one-to-one live mentoring in Iconic has been launched now. Give your exam preparation an extra edge with our new live mentoring platform. Experience personalized training, learning like never before with our seasoned doubt solvers. Discuss your doubts, clarify your concepts and enhance your exam preparation with just a click in Unacademy app. Get your live queries solved on daily basis from top subject matter experts. Under the Iconic program, evaluated test series, now it has been launched. Give your exam preparation an extra edge with our latest additions in Iconic subscription. Iconic subscription Group 1 CF Final, Group 2 CF Final, Group 2. As you like partner, group wise you can subscribe. While subscribing, please use my code RAFILIVE to get a 10% discount on existing subscription price. You can also subscribe Iconic subscription combo offer. Group 1 and Group 2 together you can subscribe. While subscribing, please use my code RAFILIVE to get 10% discount from the existing subscription price. With this, my dear friends, now I am going to bring to notice our topic today from the forthcoming examination point of view. Just listen, you can understand. Presenting diagrammatic manner. Tax deducted at source. Section 51 of the CGST is as follows. Now refer here, my dear friends. Contract value of taxable supply should be more than 2,50,000. No sir, less than or equal to 2,50,000 sir, TDS not applicable under GST. Sir, it is exceeded 2,50,000 sir, but exempted supply sir, GST not applicable. Sir, it is exceed 2.5 lakhs which includes the GST sir. If I eliminate the GST, it will fall below or equal to 2.5 lakhs sir. Contract value, no TDS. I am not saying no GST, my dear friends, no TDS. Repeating again, if the contract value exceeds 2.5 lakhs, which is taxable value per contract, then only you can think of to look further condition to satisfy whether TDS applicable or not. Sir, contract value exceeded 2.5 lakhs but is fully exempted supply, sir. No GST, no TDS. Sir, contract value exceeded 2.5 lakhs which includes GST. By eliminating the GST, I came to know that it is less than or equal to 2.5 lakhs, sir. No TDS. If the contract value, which is taxable supply of goods or services, contract value per contract exceeds 2,50,000, yes sir, then the recipient, look here, the recipient should be a drawing and disbursement officer, DDO. What do you mean by DDO? I given here a list. DDO means a department, an establishment of central government, state government, which includes further union territory also. Otherwise, the local authority, municipality, corporation, greater corporation, panchayat, like that, are governmental agencies. You know, governmental agencies are nothing but the establishments are established by passing an act in the parliament or state legislations, or the institution in which not less than 90% of the equity held by the government or shareholding held not less than 90% shareholding held by government to meet the objectives of Article 243G or Article 243W of the Constitution. Governmental agencies, governmental entities, we called as DDOs, namely drawing and disbursement officers. Furthermore, drawing and disbursement officers includes an authority or a board or any other body set up by an act of parliament or state legislature or established by any government with 51% of the equity shares or controlling interest by way of voting right to carry out any function, or a society established by the central government or state government or local authority and the society has been registered under the Societies Registration Act, or otherwise a public sector undertaking company. If these are the institutions received from a supplier who is taxable person, supplied goods or services per contract, taxable supply of goods or services exceeds 2.5 lakhs received by this type of entities like DDOs. If it is yes, then only you can think of to apply the TDS. If the recipient is not a DDO, recipient is not a drawing and disbursement officer, in that case TDS not applicable under the GST irrespective of the value of the goods. If the recipient is a DDO, in that case the DDO belongs to supplier state. No sir, not supplier state sir. Supplier in Chhattisgarh, the recipient DDO is in New Delhi sir. In that case, the DDO at least located in the state or UT where the place of supply taken place. Also no sir, place of supply taken place in Meghalaya sir. Location of supplier in Chhattisgarh, recipient is New Delhi, place of supply is in Meghalaya sir, then TDS not applicable. Meaning thereby, the recipient being a drawing and disbursement officer at least should have the place of business in the state where the location of supplier is located. If not, the drawing and disbursement officer being a recipient should be located in the state or union territory where the place of supply should be taken place. If it is so, the TDS is applicable. Meaning thereby, supplier should be a particular taxable person supplied per contract, taxable supply more than 2.5 lakhs to the drawing and disbursement officer, the drawing and disbursement officer either located in the location of the supplier state or UT, or is located in the state where the place of supply taken place. Then the TDS applicable if it is interstate supply 2% on the value of that amount going to pay to the supplier by DDO. If it is intrastate supply, the CGST 1%, SGST 1% as a TDS on the taxable supply, which is going to make the payment to supplier, meaning that contract value may be 5 lakhs taxable supply, but the DDO is now going to make the payment out of 5 lakhs only 50,000. The 50,000 only subject to TDS, not the entire contract value. When make the payment only, TDS will come into picture under the GST. Further, my dear friends, in the following cases, TDS is not applicable. As I told you, exempted supply of goods, services, TDS not applicable. Payment to unregistered persons, that's why I said supplier of goods or services should be a taxable person. He should not be unregistered person. Further, notified authorities under the Ministry of Defence, where the CBIC has been notified, certain department of the defence are not liable for TDS. Further, supply made by government to government, namely central government, one department to other department of central government, finance department supply the goods and services, generally services to the Indian Postal Department, Indian Postal Department provide the services to Indian Railways Department, like that, government to government, central government to state government to central government, vice versa, or local authority to government, government to local authority, or local authority to local authority, as the case may be, or the public sector undertaking to government, or government to public sector undertaking, public sector undertaking to public sector undertaking. Supply is a public sector undertaking, recipient also public sector undertaking, or vice versa. In such cases, TDS is not applicable under the GST under section 51 of the CGST. Further, my dear friends, once the TDS has been deducted, within which period should make the payment to department? By the recipient, by the deductor of TDS. I am a DDO, deduct the TDS. My name is, let us say, Corporation of Chennai. I deduct the TDS for my supplier of the goods or services. I should make the payment to department by 10th of the following month, from the end of the month. By making the payment, submit the GST or 7 return monthly, having separate registration as a TDS deductor. Acknowledgement to the deductee not required to provide in the form GST or 7A, which is now got exempted, not required to be submit the particular acknowledgement, because once I made the payment as a DDO, the TDS is deposited to department by electronic, I have to pay by cash ledger only. Once I made the payment, is auto populated in the deductee electronic cash ledger as the balance of his electronic cash ledger credit balance. The amount paid by DDO, TDS to department, auto populating in the electronic cash ledger of the deductee. Further, my dear friends, here if you refer furthermore points, there may be a penalty will be levied, interest may be levied if I not paid by 10th of the following month. Interest under section 50 subsection 1 at the rate of 18% per annum from the first day of the due date till the rate of payment to department the TDS. On the TDS 18% I have to pay interest, even though I may be government department. Being a DDO not paid in time, I am liable to pay interest. For delay there may be a penalty on me which may be up to rupees 5,000 or rupees 100 per day of delay, whichever is less as per the CGST, equal amount as per the SGST. Further, my dear friends, one example I will present here for your kind consideration on what value TDS will be deducted. One example, supplier makes a supply worth rupees 5 lakh to a government department and the GST 18% is required to be paid. The recipient, while making the payment of rupees 5 lakh to the supplier, deduct 2%, that is 10,000 as TDS. That means what? 2% on 5 lakhs as a TDS. So the value for the TDS purpose shall not include 18% GST. The TDS so deducted shall be deposited in the account of the government by 10th of the succeeding month. The TDS so deposited in the government shall be reflected to the electronic cash ledger of the supplier, that is deductee, who would be able to use the same for payment of tax or any other amount. Now I have a doubt here. I am just presenting to clarify myself here for your kind consideration of my beloved friends for the exam point of view. I am a supplier of the goods worth rupees taxable goods 5 lakh, but I am a composition scheme levy assessee. As a composition levy assessee, I supply the goods worth 5 lakh to a DDO. But I am a composition levy scheme assessee. DDO required to deduct the TDS on the 5 lakhs contract value, which is more than 2.5 lakhs. Yes, the DDO required to deduct TDS, because though I may be a composition scheme levy assessee, though I may not going to be charged the GST on my supply, though I may issue the bill of this, what we can call it as the bill of supply, not the tax invoice I am going to issue, I am going to issue bill of supply. In that case, there is no tax shown separately, but my supply is taxable. In that case, the DDO should read the TDS and remove to department, that will be reflecting to my electronic cash ledger, which I can use for payment of my tax even though I am a composition scheme levy assessee. TDS will apply in the hands of DDO when the supplier is a composition scheme levy assessee, where it is exceeds 2.5 lakhs per contract value and the DDO belongs to supplier state, or the DDO maybe belongs to the place of supply state or UT. In that case, DDO should deduct the TDS. Got the clarity, my dear friends? Any difficulty up to this, my dear friends? Dear friends, I would like to bring to your notice one illustrative example in this regard. Easy to make you understand this particular concept here. Assume a scenario. Mrs. X Limited, a registered person under the GST, is supplied goods to public sector undertaking valued at say 3 lakh, applicable rate of GST 18%. Now, in the given case, place of supply is, let us say, Tamil Nadu, location of supplier in Tamil Nadu, the public sector undertaking at New Delhi. Now, this particular DDO is neither belongs to location of supplier state nor belongs to place of supply state. Though the value, contract value, taxable supply more than 2.5 lakh, though the recipient is a DDO, in the given case for DDO, the TDS provision is not applicable. I can say that TDS provision is not applicable. Further, my dear friends, one more example I would like to bring to notice here. Example 2. A case where Mrs. XYZ and company supplier of taxable services supplied services for rupees 5 lakh, but fortunately or unfortunately it is supplied to, for example, a particular society registered under Societies Registration Act set up by state government. It is a DDO, but unfortunately the given supply is RCM, reverse charge mechanism. In the case of reverse charge mechanism comes into picture, the TDS not applicable because in the given case, my dear friends, in the given case the particular recipient is going to pay the tax fully. The DDO is liable to pay tax fully under RCM. In that case, TDS provision is not applicable. Got the clarity, my dear friends? It is as simple as that to make you understand this particular TDS provisions, my dear sir. Let us have a problem, my dear friends. Now let us have a problem lifted from questions for practice to bring to your notice what type of question one can expect in the examination from the TDS. We already referred the TDS provisions. Now I am referring a numeric example, standard problem one can expect in the examination. Ash Shoppy, a registered supplier of Jaipur, is engaged in supply of various goods and services exclusively to government department, agencies, local authorities and persons notified under section 51 of the CGST. You are required to briefly explain relating to the tax deducted at source under section 51 of the CGST and also determine the amount of tax, if any, to be deducted from each of the receivables from the given below independent cases. Assuming that the rate of GST applicable CGST is GST 6% each, IGST 12%. Point number 1. Supply of computer stationery to public sector undertaking located in the Mumbai. So place of supply goes to Mumbai because goods movement terminated in Mumbai. So recipient DDO value how much? 2,72,000, but inclusive of GST 2,72,000 multiplied by 100 will be 100 plus GST, which comes out here how much? 2,42,857, which is less than less than equal to 2.5 lakhs. Therefore, no TDS applicable in the given case of first case. Point number 2. Supply of air conditioner to GST department located in Delhi. Total contract value 2,55,000 exclusive of GST. Yes, TDS applicable at the rate of 2% on 2,55,000 which is equal to, because location of supply in Jaipur, no, Rajasthan, place of supply goes to here Delhi, department, GST department is DDO, therefore 2,55,000 at IGST 2% is equal to 5,100 is the TDS amount. Further, point number 3, supply of generator renting services to Municipal Corporation of Jaipur, total contract value 3,50,000 inclusive of GST. So 3,50,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 112. How much comes here? 3,50,000 divided by, it will come here almost 3,12,500. So, supply of generator renting services to Municipal Corporation of Jaipur, total contract value 3,50,000 inclusive of GST. Here, this particular renting service is given by whom? Given by Jaipur, place of supply. The Municipal Corporation of Jaipur, intrastate, it will attract TDS, CGST, SGST, 1% each on taxable supply, 3,12,500. SGST, 1% on 3,12,500, which is equal to how much comes here, my dear friends? It comes out here is 1% is 3,125, 3,125. CGST 1%, SGST 1% is the TDS amount. As simple as that, my dear sir. Because intrastate supply it is. Got it, sir? So, just like that, I have been presented the entire concept of tax deducted at source, TDS, which is applicable for your coming exams. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you to one and all for watching and listening the lecture.